So when I watched the video and I read the comments, my thought was, somebody has not handled $1 million. You gave him investment worth 15 million. You give people money without mentorship and support to manage the money. It's like those that win lottery and lose the entire money because they don't know how to manage it. It's not even about, they say, you know, what we call transgenerational curses is actually transgenerational habits that brings about curse. So if you have a habit of mismanaging money, it is a curse until you are able to get the information to break it. Now, I would not entirely blame the company because the company jumped on the trend of let's make noise.
Why are they jumping
but
on
yes, but we should discuss, we should equip them with how to better handle these things.
Exactly.
We see people go viral. It is not everybody that will go viral. There are many people that have opportunities that can become bigger in business, but they did not go viral. So we are seeing social media people are doing reckless things to go viral on social media because they feel like if I can go viral, I will get the help I need. I would attract support. Somebody will come and help my condition. But we are not really being kind as a business. You're not really supporting smaller businesses. If that 15 million naira or 8 million naira investment was rather put into 8 small businesses or even 10 small businesses.
Or even bonuses to the already
to expand even smaller ones.
Distributors you have already.
Everybody that is already selling that to your brand. Go and support them and say, okay, we will give you 10 more cartons. We would help you to
give
buy,
you bonus
to sell more.
for what you're doing.
Go further. But I feel really concerned about the spiritual attack matter, and I feel like we mystify what we don't understand.
Exactly, and that's what Nima said, which I totally agree. When you don't understand, you just find a way to label it something that is unexplainable. So there's something people need to understand when it comes to business and ability to handle money, right? There's a reason why the Igbos do apprenticeship for years to take out some of the mistakes that you will make on your own, you know, and the reason is that you understand the rules of the business, the rules of that game. Every business is a game. There are certain rules that you have to abide to be able to grow in that business. So when you serve for 2 years, 3 years, you take out all of those mistakes. You are seeing your guy run the business. You begin to handle the business effectively before you are now handed over your own. And even in that your own, you are supported along the line. You have handled your gas money. You have counted your gas money. You have kept your gas money. You have gone to the bank. You have not run away with your gas money. You can be trusted to handle money. Money has energy. You are a money coach. You understand these things. It has energy. Your energy at a particular level attracts what you have at that level. So if you move from 500,000 naira to 20 million, and your energy has not elevated to 20 million, you will fall down. And you rightly mentioned it. That's how a lot of people who win lottery use it anyhow, because their energy cannot take what has come. You will go back to where your energy is. And this is a lesson for these companies that jump on trends. Get this person involved. Train this person. Check this person's capacity. While you are training the person, you may now realize that this person cannot sell, but this person is good at marketing. Let's give him an office where he markets. He stays with his strength. Not every businessman can stand and do 15 things very well at the same time. We all have our strengths and our weaknesses. And where we have weaknesses, we get other people who have strengths there to handle that aspect. But I felt like they just left him alone. You know, like this example of all those women that are begging on the streets, and we pick them up. We decide to settle them, put them in a house, you know, put their children to school, give them a few months. They go back to the streets because that is what they know. That's where their energy is. And then we come back crying that after everything I've done for you, the person is not seeing it like you've done something for me. You are taking me away from what I know. What those people need, first of all, is rehabilitation for a long period of time so that they can accept the new reality and then they can function there. So everybody made a mistake in this place. And I don't know the family members of this particular boy, how they also assisted or did not assist in this money. They will not be able to manage. Let me take this call. Welcome to the show. Good morning, Dennis. Eunice, morning. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, my name is Eunice, first-time caller.
Oh, welcome to the show. You're a first-time caller. Good to have you.
Thank you. So I'm thinking that if this guy is saying he might be experiencing spiritual problems, let's not pretend that there is no spirit, all this spirituality affecting people. We are Africans and we are Nigerians. Okay. Look, within his circle, he could have people that are not even happy that he got this opportunity, and they will go the other side to ensure they bring his business down. And then if we are saying that the company shouldn't have jumped onto him, look, there are people that if you give them this money, they know how to manage it well. So if we are blanketing the whole thing, will just be making other people to lose this kind of opportunity, even when companies are ready to help them. Now the companies will hold back because, okay, people are not able to manage this business because they've not had up to certain amount, and we cannot give them this amount. So it's not, and we should try and understand where this guy is coming from. He's pain, that's why he's even going to the spiritual whatever to go and find out. But if we just discuss like this, like he is not able, he's not capable, it could take him down to depression. And, you know, that's really not good.
Thank you so much, Eunice. Thank you so much, Eunice. Yeah. This is a matter of spiritual thing. This matter of spiritual thing. It's, and I think that it's important we deal with it a lot more. People fall sick and they say it is spiritual because they're not able to diagnose what the problem is. People used to have sickle cell anemia and they'll say abiku, that it's a spiritual attack. They were dying over and over again because nobody could diagnose.
Or resource factor.
What? Yes. People were having miscarriage back to back because the resource already missed it. And we call it a spiritual attack. I am not saying that there are not mystical powers that can manipulate the reality of some people, but I think that as a country, we have used the excuse of spiritual attack to excuse inefficiencies and
bad habits.
Lack of, yes. I was talking to my office people. We were supposed to do something on Friday. They didn't do it. I said, okay, can they make plans to do yesterday? People were in church. They were not answering messages. I organized it. We're doing it today. And I was telling my PA, I said, if I waited on the entire office, now I have 13 people collect salary in my office, full-time staff, not including off. I said, if I waited on them, we won't move. It is not by spiritual attack. It's not by the prayer. I have prayed in church, but I needed to back it up with action today.
Yeah, true.
If I'm now waiting for them and I don't act, it's spiritual attack that will now hold me back from getting, because the marketing I now do today will bring in customers today, but if I delay it till next week, then I miss the customers that I get today.
They've attacked you.
Spiritual attack. Let's talk about these things.
I was sharing an account of something I experienced as a young child. And I want to believe, I say it all the time, if the interruption called colonialism did not happen to Africa, everything we do will be coming from a place of knowledge. True. Because everybody records the way they know. If you see some of these ancient ways of recording, you will know that Africans, we are not deficient for not writing. It's Oyibo that want to write. Our ways was to teach our knowledge to our children through stories. If I'm researching on goldsmith, for instance, as a goldsmith, on how to find the right gold and design it, my child will grow and understand it. His child will grow and know it. And that's how we taught. I was a young girl and I had terrible menstrual pain. Till date, my menstrual pain would be pulling my back hair. I would be slamming my head. And I didn't look forward to my periods. But my grandma visited and said, this is not normal. This is not just menstrual pain. Do you want this girl to die? Saying to my mom. And then she traveled and came back. They gave me a route, not up to this thing that I'm doing on my hand. Inside one bottle of Lucozade transparent bottle. And he turned the water to wood color. I took it for a month. I finished it. And I never had that terrible pain.
Please, I need it. I'm still having it.
You did not transfer the knowledge.
That's the point.
Yes.
But we have been interrupted such that the knowledge now, you'll be waiting that I know people get picking. They don't carry, you know. That's slavery. Everything affected a lot of things. Blood pressure, the way they treat it, was treated in those days as well. Yes. This resource you mentioned, if I tell you, I will shock you. We had our ways of treating our own people so that, you speaking, don't die this number of times. Oh, it shouldn't be. My grandfather lost a lot of children. Between his first 3 wives, at least 15 children. And so he found ways to go about it. But it wasn't because he had to be Oyibo knowledge. Is that interruption that makes us now spiritual? Like, in Adem bring and come.
Yes, on Adem.
We used to say, why is it this way? In those days, they'll say, don't marry into this family. This has been happening until they find it. We were treating our things the way we could until this nonsense interruption. Now everything we both say is the only way.
Let me take Dr. Wale.
We had our ways.
Come to me.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Please call
Sorry,
back.
doctor.
So sorry, doctor. I want us to you know, you are saying colonialism is part of the problem.
No, I'm just trying to explain, you know, why we don't see things as spiritual. In those days, it didn't have to be spiritual. They will tell you to travel 7 seas and 7 oceans to find the king medicine. Because there's somebody who has the medicine, who has been through it, who has the research somewhere. We had our own ways, but they don't spoil them. So now we sit here, and it's knowledge-based. We knew those days that children were not just dying because they were abiku. But because when interruption came, it had to be abiku. This child, why is it happening? Why is this happening? They found their ways. We treated those things. I had an auntie, she lost a lot of kids, and her kids always meet them. She always gave birth midterm. So eventually, she had 7 children that survived. My grandpa would just wrap the baby, put her near heat, and lock her up in a room. And she survived. Her children survived. If you had left this research, or the way our ancestors, we would have gone past all this. The way they did not interrupt the Chinese, they come here and interrupt us.
So like I always say on the show, we're a product of our environment, right? Yes, and we're a product of our environment, and we should know that, like what she said, there are certain people that do certain things. Just like there are people that were praise singers, and all their lineage are praise singers. There are people that they will say they are the ones that are the priestesses for the deity. And all their lineage that they know and understand these things. And so there are people that are good marketers.
Yes.
When it comes to business, right? Like the Igbo people are known for the apprenticeship system, like you said. And then the reason why you're doing that is for your master or your oga to know if
you're ready.
Yes, you are ready. To know whether, okay, this one is good at marketing. Okay, this one needs extra more. This one needs 5 years to finish. This one needs extra 5 years, another 10 years to be able to get to. This person is a bit slow. This other person is, you know.
Yes, now that's it. That's the trend.
So you find out that, like, as we all grow and we all learn and mature at different times and different levels, right? So for this guy, it's not like I don't believe that it was a spiritual attack. I feel that he was struggling with the business and certain things. So if he was a good marketer and praise singer, they should have put him in that line,
where his strengths are.
And then they are paying him so he can still make up to that 15 million.
Yes, in commissions.
Paying commissions, paying different things, right? Instead of, like, in Nigeria, we just want to, everybody wants to be big.
Everybody wants to be Oga.
Everybody wants to be Oga. Not everybody is meant to
be Oga.
Not everybody is meant to be Oga. And like for what Nima said, I remember, like, my grandmother, as in, I used to wonder, like, every time this one is constantly mixing something. If something is wrong, you don't have to go to the pharmacy. We used to call her a walking pharmacy. She has baskets and baskets and baskets.
My mother-in-law.
Miss Camphor, this oil, that, this, that. And then I grew up to see that my father is doing the same thing.
My husband now.
Like my dad, like the shea butter I use, like my siblings use all the way in Canada. My dad makes sure that he gets the original shea butters, the python oil, all those things for your skin. If your leg is paining you, my father, they will have gotten something, mixed everything, sent to you. Like, so, and my dad is learned that something that brought, but he still has that thing from his mother. That native sense from his mother, which my mom does not even have. So, like, so you're totally correct. The guy needs to know what he's good at. He's struggling, and he struggled through something, and maybe he didn't have the right support he needed. And that's what happened.
We'll take a break now. When we come back, we'll talk about the right kind of empowerment, because many of us people meet us and ask for one form of empowerment or the other, and we're confused about how to empower. Or some people are watching right now and thinking, how do I support my younger brother? He's always asking for help, or my younger sister, or my friend. We'll talk about different ways to properly empower so that we don't hear stories like this later in future. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.